Yeah, we'll test your live stream because we're live. And Tam, you can just take it away. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock. Or sorry,
2 minutes?
5 minutes. 5 minutes on the clock. 5 minutes. Little
Oh, that's all I have. 5 minutes for the whole thing.
Yep, you got 5 minutes. And I'll start it when you get started.
I don't know why I thought I had 15 minutes. So I'm going to do this really fast. So I'm going to take you on a quick journey. Yes, start. I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey, but maybe is there a way for me to see the timer so I know when I'm running out of time?
No, but I'll give you a 1 minute. You can start a timer and I'll give you a 1 minute warning.
Okay, so earlier this week I was playing around with coming up with a brainstorming partner, and I wanted to design a really completely useless product, like a carpet made of glass, or a chair you can't sit on, or a chair that's made entirely out of light, and try to get Midjourney to design these things. So I used Midjourney on the left, and then I started using Bing DALL-E just for comparisons. I found that DALL-E was coming up with almost more elegantly designs, less creative, but more elegant. So the result is it was a huge amount of fun, but a tremendous waste of my time. That was last weekend. And then for today, so my biggest challenge was saying, today I'm not going to work. I'm only going to work on this. And that was really, really hard because there's so many urgent things that we have to do. But one of the urgent things that we have to do is develop a new product. Common Stack is a very small team. We don't really have professional product developers or designers on our team. We are building things and we're making it work, but we don't really go through a formal design process for new products. And I'm not a product designer, but we're applying for grants for funding for new products, a Commons incubator, for example, or a web platform where anyone can self-deploy their own commons. That has always been our goal, to open source our deployment protocols and the tools so that anyone can launch their own, do their own hatch fundraise, launch an augmented bonding curve, have the resources of our deployments, the culture, the cultural frameworks, learn the cultural frameworks and start practicing those, but do it without having to hire the Common Stack team for a multiple-month deployment process. So I worked with, first of all, I don't know what happened today, but I got this almost 90% of the time for OpenAI. I was freaking out. I discovered Bard, and with a VPN to the US, you can use Bard, which is Google's ChatGPT. So I was saved, fortunately, because I used mostly Bard today. And I kept going back to GPT, but really 90% of my queries, more than 90%, resulted in errors. So the idea, is I looked for different product development methodologies, and then how to go through each of these stages. The first stage, which is the concept, and describing the concept, describing the problem statement and why people would want to use it. Some of the functional requirements, having the guidebooks, user registration, a way to track progress, the 8 different modules that we designed as part of the incubator program itself, some of the technical requirements. I tried to get I tried to get Bard to turn these into more technical specifications that a developer could actually use to then start to develop, but we didn't really get there. I wanted to do wireframes, and I couldn't find an AI tool that could take functional specs and convert them into a wireframe. That would be awesome. I found some powered by AI tools that were very cool, but it wrote me out the instructions, login button, register button, learn button. So it wrote out wireframes instead of actually drawing out wireframes for this thing. Prototyping and development, I didn't go near because I also think the prototyping wouldn't fit this UI use case. But then I kept trying to get it to write a marketing plan with me. I probably spent a good hour working on, just personalizing my marketing plan for bringing this product to market. But I didn't really get anything. I got an outline, but not something that I was able to personalize. So then in all of this research, I thought, okay, well, why don't you teach me something? Like maybe GPT can teach me something, or Bard can teach me something. And I thought the design thinking process was something that got my interest as I was looking at product development methodologies. And so I wanted to learn something. Seconds. Okay, so basically what I discovered is that GPT and Bard both just gave you a high level overview, but then once GPT started working again, it started giving me more concrete examples of what to do, but not how to do it. And what I learned is like the Stanford course, the D School resources and materials, watching videos of people who know what they're doing, do it in like live, is still the far superior way to learn something like this. Like people who know who understand what to do can teach you how to do something versus somebody who's predicting text or something that's predicting text. So yay, humanity. Okay. Whew, that's it. That's my journey. Thanks for listening.
Well, let's give Tam a round of applause. Epic journey. Product management in three stages. Well done, Tam. Well done. Well, okay, Gil, I guess you're next.
I am next. Yeah. Thanks, Tam. This is really cool. Let me share my screen here. I have a little presentation. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Where is it? Yeah. So I kind of went all over the place with this. I explored all kinds of like tools and shortcuts and little hacks. So I'm gonna kind of like speed through that, and then I'm gonna go a little bit more into like more design stuff and like video creation stuff. So let's do this. ChatGPT, obviously everyone's doing, it's the king of all AI tools. But I just wanted to get one tip across that I found that was really useful for me. For me, it's been more of like a learning and brainstorming tool, but also as a personal consultant tool. So I came up, I kind of found and then kind of adjusted a little bit this formula where it actually brings really, really good results, especially because at the end you ask ChatGPT to ask you questions. So it teaches you to give it better answers. So this was really valuable for me. Just keep this in mind for later because I'll use it. So MacGPT, if you own a Mac, this is a native app that you can bring ChatGPT, and you can actually add a little shortcuts to it. So like you have like a little prompt, and then you can just ask anything, and it will like already give you a result, like right at, just with a little shortcut, which is super cool. MerlinBot is a tool that summarizes stuff. So for example, this YouTube video, it just appears here in the side, and you can kind of like summarize it, and then also does this for blogs, just appears here, and then you can like immediately summarize that content. Has been super helpful. ChatGPT Writer is the same, but for emails. So if you're if you have an email, and it just adds a little toggle here, and it helps you write emails like super fast. Use ChatGPT.ai is another tool. If you already know Notion, you already have like the Notion AI thing. It's basically this, but for anything. So for anything on the browser. So it also pulls up here. Super useful. And then I went more into design stuff. So Midjourney can be used so many use cases. I've been exploring for so many things, but I wanted to pay attention on how can I create something that is more on brand. So I've been playing around with like, adding this image and then a simple prompt, and seeing if it can generate images that are more on the Giveth brand, for example. And it does do a fairly good job. I mean, from here, I could just, take it into Photoshop and then like adjust it. But I'm saving this, and I am now going into video. I learned about Kyber from Lauren, actually, in a different hackathon session. So I was playing around with that, using that image that I generated on Midjourney, and it created this super nice sort of video asset that is sort of on brand for Giveth. So that's cool and super fast, and I can create millions of this. So super excited about this one. And then I found Runway ML, which is also an image or video to video tool. And you can bring in some, stock footage, and then I blended it with this as well. And, it's a different algorithm. I don't know, it's a different way of doing it. So different results, but also kind of on brand. A few more experiments here. Also created this in Midjourney and then blended it with this footage. Also created this in Midjourney and then blended with this footage. Okay, I hope I'm still on time. Then I found Pictory. Pictory is a script to video tool. It's
5 seconds left.
Okay. So fast forward in this, it has a bunch of stuff that you can do, but you can actually, I took the referrals program as an example here, and use that formula that I mentioned earlier to create a super, super short script that is like a 40-second video, and added this to their thing. And actually you can also update a voiceover. So I made my own voice over the script and, uploaded it, everything in there. And the result is, it's not something usable, but it's a really fast draft that you can send to a designer, and it helps a lot. So I'm going to just quickly show you the result, and that's the end of my presentation.
Hey givers, now you can boost your impact and earn even more rewards with our referral program. Just share your unique referral link, invite friends to donate, and you can earn up to 50% of their givebacks. Here's how it works. Visit Giveth's Chainvine page, connect your wallet, copy your referral link, and share on your communities and on social media. That's it. Now you can earn from your friends' donations with give back rounds every 2 weeks. And you can even see stats on how many people clicked your link. Cool, right? We think this feature will allow us to create a ripple effect of positive change. So join up today and start sharing your link. Let's go.
See, it's like a super, it's not something I would ever put out there, but it's helpful because it already times it, and it gives a lot of, a lot of things for the designer who's actually going to produce the final one to work with. And just as a quick bonus, I found out that Pictory also, you can add videos and create highlight clips, like summaries in different formats. So super helpful for that as well. And that's a use case that is actually something that you can export something usable. So, okay, that was it. Thank you.
Give this man a round of applause. My God. That was an incredible presentation. You didn't fit it in 5 minutes, so you're disqualified. I'm just kidding. That was an epic presentation. I'm just messing with you. Who's next? We don't have much time. We have Corey. Yeah.
Am I up? Okay, cool. Wow, amazing. All right, I will share my screen and let's go. That should work. You just see my screen, right? Yeah, perfect. Let me get out of all of this. Hang on. Okay, I created a very, very simple slide deck to make it a little bit easier. But my idea was to work on promoting our existing content, because we have so much great content out there that we struggle to continuously promote because we're always busy creating new content. And a lot of these, especially, this really applies to long format content like videos and blogs. So we've got podcasts going up, we've got Twitter spaces going up, conference talks, long format blog posts. And the idea is how could we do better in promoting these and with more engaging content? So the idea was finding ways to easily move content from this video format to a written format, and then take that and break that down to distribute across lots of different channels in lots of different ways. And next level on that is even adding translations to reach a broader audience, and all in the meantime, saving the comms team lots of time. So I played around with different ways to do this using tools like Descript and ChatGPT. So happy to show a little bit of the results of that. Let's just see. So for example, what I did first was I used a tool. Oh my gosh, why? Hang on. I used the tool Descript to upload a video file and then turn that video file into a full script that's broken down by speaker, which is really cool that it has this feature. And then took that script and fed that essentially to ChatGPT and asked it to create a summary and go on from there. So basically what that turned into is, let's see, there's some notes I had, some other notes. I had the script here, and then I asked ChatGPT to rewrite that into a summary, and then rewrite that summary into an article using a Giveth tone of voice, including an opening and closing paragraph, which generated a nice little summary blurb of this podcast, which could be used to describe the podcast when it's uploaded, but it could also be used as a blog post, could be used for various things. The outcome was actually pretty nice. And then I asked it to turn that into a tweet thread. Also, yeah, Gil and I have been talking about this kind of stuff all the time in the background. So used a little bit of his prompting expertise, but started to play around with telling it what it's supposed to be like, what it's supposed to be good at. And came out with some also very good versions of like tweet threads. There are a few different ones I produced, but I picked my favorite and did some editing on this, but it didn't take very long. And boom, I have a tweet thread summary of that entire podcast episode. And then I also asked it to turn that tweet thread into an engaging LinkedIn post, which it did. And then I asked it to modify it a little bit to make it easier for people to understand who might not be coming from the crypto space or DeFi. So it also produced some nice results here. And I was really happy with these. Actually, they required a little bit of minor editing and review process, but the drafts were great. And then I also asked it to suggest ideal hashtags, which are very much in line with hashtags we've already pre-researched. So I like the results that it's been giving me. So lots of really cool applications there, but from one podcast episode online, basically didn't take me very long to produce an entire transcript, get that put into a blog post, get that turned into a tweet thread and into a LinkedIn post. So a lot of time saving there, which was cool. And yeah, let me just see what else I got here. So then I also did the same for a Give Talk Twitter space. So same process here. And I won't go through that again, but what I did also do is start pulling out inspirational quotes from the Give Talk. And I also did it for the podcast. So what's really cool is promoting our Twitter spaces with like a direct quote of something really engaging. So that took 2 seconds with ChatGPT as well, just asking them basically to pull out quotes. And since the transcript is broken down by each name, you just have to name the person and it pulls it right there. So that took moments. Pretty awesome. And otherwise also asked them to translate the summary into Spanish, which I'm sure is extremely easy to do with the quotes as well. So in one go, we could start promoting all of this content to our Spanish speaking audiences and otherwise, especially as we're producing actual videos in Spanish now too. So
Nice.
all of that, of course, could be proofread by a Spanish speaking contributor before we put it out, but it's pretty good for the drafting process, I thought.
I muted the beep. 10 seconds to finish.
Oh my God. Okay. Last thing. This is why I have a presentation. So that was it. And otherwise did some playing around with SEO, created a bunch of landing pages, one for public goods, one for refi for beginners, one about crowdfunding platforms. They came out as really, really nice drafts as well. This only took moments as well. And then fed them through the Writer application, which is an AI content detector that shows you how likely it is to be detected for, being AI generated content, and then you can edit it until it's not that case anymore. So that's it from me.
Well done, Corey. That is a beautiful project. Well played. A lot of cool stuff. Descript looks really cool. I guess next is Livia. Take it away, Livia.
Yay, thank you. Sharing screen. Okay, so this is a journey of a little bit of a failed project, but still a good idea, I think. I wanted to create an advice process tool that was like, what if Ostrom could give you some governance advice? Like, what if you could go and get your favorite writers and most influential governance and comedy thinkers and chat directly with their work to get advice for your day-to-day decisions and for your DAO decisions. So I found Chat PDF. That's a tool that you can upload PDFs and chat with this PDFs contents. So here is the peer-to-peer, the Commons Manifesto. And you can ask, like, what are some examples of successful peer-to-peer networks and commons-based projects? And then it tells you all about it. And I couldn't upload the whole governing the commons one because it was too large of a PDF. But then there was some articles from David Bollier and the Nobel Prize winning lecture from Ostrom. So you can chat with them, and it's pretty cool because the content comes out in a very much answering your question. But I could only do this for this 6 papers because otherwise it's paid. And if I could have made it work the way I was thinking, maybe I would have that. I would have got that version. But then I tried to see how could I put that into the website. Like, so how can I create this chat and put into the website? And I saw that this talk.to was a tool that you could use for that, but it felt a little dumb. I don't know, you couldn't train so much to add the content you wanted, or I didn't know how to do that. So it answers mostly like, I think it's for sales and this kind of things. And then I found Dialogflow that is more, it's the Google or the Microsoft, or it's a good tool, but then you can create your agents that it's basically a chatbot that you can create, you can train from the very beginning. So I tried training it a little bit, but it's really, are you sure you want to know? I tried creating some intents. So what you can do is, like, I asked ChatGPT what would be good intents for an advice process tool. And then he gave me these intents for seeking feedback, requesting advice, identifying stakeholders, gathering information, and considering alternatives. And then I kept asking what would be like, okay, so what are some examples of this intents? And then I added the examples here, like what would the user ask if it was requesting feedback? What's your opinion on this? I'm not sure what to do. Can you help? Can you give me some advice? And then some of the answers would be, sure, I'm here to offer you guidance. Certainly, let's start by clarifying what's important to you in this decision. And then I made those for all of them, for the ones they suggested. But the thing is that then it only works for this. If you try, like, it only works if you write exactly what you suggested here. So basically, this project was to understand how difficult it is to create a chatbot and how much you would have to train a chatbot to get a curated database. But maybe there are easier ways to link something that already exists, like this chat PDF, with a website and create a richer database from that then people can I don't know, people can talk with this different things. And that was it. That was all.
Wow. Well, you still have 30 seconds. Do you have any other tips for how to use those tools that you use?
Yeah, well, I think this Dialogflow could be cool if you're like really patient about it, because it says you can also upload a CVS file with data training. So if you already have a lot of dialogues that were made, you can make a lot of dialogues in your mind of like things that you have knowledge on, questions that you know how to answer. You can make questions to yourself and answer them, and then create a CVS file and upload all that to here. and then it would basically be like a chatbot version of you. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
and you could gather information from multiple people and do that. And then you would be like, oh, our like common thinkers database. And then you could have a chat with like that knowledge base.
Nice. Let's give Livia a round of applause. That is just an epic. Those are some epic tools I haven't seen yet. So that's really nice. And next is Franco. You're up, Franco.
Let me just get the screen going. Oh, no, wait, that was not the button. So I've never shared screen in Zoom, so I don't know how to do it. Just give me 1 second. Oh God, I have to change permissions and things.
No worries. You'll have, this happens to a few people. Freshell will go next, and you can
Okay,
try
yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
But
Let me
you'll
give
have to
me-
leave and come back. Yeah. So take it away, Freshell.
Okay, I'm also trying to figure out how to share my screen.
Oh boy. Well, Claire, you're next in case that we'll see.
Okay. Can I share now, or is it for show going?
Well, let's see. First person to share wins.
Okay.
Wait,
Does it
that's
work?
Fran. Oh, you're Fran. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Wait, can you? You cannot see me. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it short because I didn't have like I don't know. I had fun with it, but I didn't like do a lot of like research and stuff. So what I did was I wanted to have fun with it, like because at first I was kind of stressing and being a little bit overwhelmed with it. So I talked to Sam, and he kind of like guided me and said like keep it simple, do something fun that you can enjoy. So what I did is a music video. So I took a song and I gave it to ChatGPT, and I told it to change the lyrics of the song so it can be related to Giveth, and like the Giveth features like give power and like the give backs and region farms and stuff. And then once I had the lyrics, I fit the audio files to this AI tool, which is like a music production kind of thing that creates like human voice. So I fit the audio files, and then I manually inserted the lyrics so it would sing it, right? And once I had the song, I gave it to this app called Video Kill the Radio Star Diffusion, which you give it the whole song, and basically what you can do is like it transcripts the whole lyrics, and then you can like give it a prompt like like I changed the whole lyrics here like to different prompts with like I use again ChatGPT to create different prompts to like for the story, and then you can give like in cartoon style like a theme prompt, right? And then basically it creates a video with the song, and this is the song and the video. This is what I'm going to share. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it. Let me know if you hear anything.
Yeah, we hear it.
Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go.
The sound does not work, Franco. It does not work. We cannot hear the song. We hear.
Is it too bad? I can stop it.
We can't hear the
don't hear
words.
music.
Oh.
We hear.
You cannot hear it?
No,
No,
we
not
hear it.
really.
Okay.
Maybe you got to post it in the Telegram chat. We can all play
Okay,
it
yeah.
visually.
it's a YouTube video, so you can all watch it. That's the good stuff. But yeah, that's what I've got. Like you can watch it and listen to it. It's pretty interesting. It did some weird stuff. And what the good thing is, like, you can play a lot with the prompt stuff. Like I actually like reuse like ChatGPT so you can create like a story, and you can play with it a lot. Like it's very fun. Like it comes up with like weird stuff, but like you can have a lot of fun with it. Like I spend like hours doing this. So I know it's like not the best result, but like I guess if you have more time, you can actually, you know, like create something beautiful. Even with like the studio thing with the audio, like it's so much fun to like explain. It's so much fun to yeah, you can listen to it later. And yeah, that's it. Like I don't have a lot to share. Sorry.
Let's give Franco a round of applause. Honestly, it sounded like a kazoo or something, but it was catchy. I'm gonna be singing that today. It's super catchy. Well, cool. That saved us a minute, and we need it. We're behind. So let's keep pushing. We got Freshell. Are you able to share your screen? And after Freshell is Claire, and then Amelia, and then Mark to finish us off. Oh yeah. Oh, Coda.
Oh, okay. I muted. Okay, so hi everyone. My presentation is just a simple productivity tool hacks I used in my spreadsheet works using AI. So for now, I focused on the process that improved how I efficiently manage and monitor the time reports and cost of our projects in General Magic using Google Sheets, Coda, and the helpful AI tools Sheet Plus and ChatGPT. So for those who are not aware, in Coda, we are using this to report our time reports. And so first, I initially wanted to integrate Coda and Google Sheet real time, but that needed developer knowledge. And so ChatGPT suggested a workaround of downloading the CSV, which I could just download it from here. And then I could just import it to the sheet here. So I import it here, and this is where the time reports go. So although, and also through this, I could also see who are having troubles with reporting their hours. So second, I used the Sheet Plus to generate the formulas for my spreadsheets. So big praise to Ashley for sharing this. So although the free account has limited tokens, it was still helpful in generating some of the useful formulas I used. And ChatGPT was also a big help in the generating of formulas. So one of the formulas that ChatGPT helped me is using the indirect, direct, address, something, all of these complex formulas I didn't know before. So this is because there are different hourly rates for full-time contributors depending on the total of hours they report for that month. So every month it would vary. And another formula that I used is the import range to avoid manually inputting the hard-coded values, which I previously did, and also incorporating query functions. And this allowed me to import the sales value from one sheet to another. So I got the data from here in this sheet, and then there's so many Zoom stuff. Okay, from this sheet, and then imported it to this summary. And then, so I had to update each of these individual P&L spreadsheets. And every time there's an update of an hourly rate, I have to update each of these sheets. So that was very time consuming. So yeah, so here are the prompts that I used with ChatGPT. There was a lot of back and forth. All the errors that I encountered was corrected. And yeah, so this is it. And I finally thank him that it worked after so many tries. So yeah, with this new process, I can seamlessly get the hours data from each of the contributor and each of the projects. So this is just a portion of the accounting spreadsheets that I work. So I'm really looking forward to like improving all of the spreadsheets that I have and like making it more efficient and less time consuming. So yeah, I'm gonna share the link to this app, the tool that was shared to me. So it's a great tool to create very complex formulas, and all of these formulas, I had no knowledge about this. So if I continue to do this like doing it from scratch, it would really take some time. And yeah, so that's just it.
Wow, incredible. Let's give Rochelle a round of applause, especially for all the work it must have taken to like censor all the sensitive information. Well done, Rochelle. I can't believe that I could actually show this video to someone without disclosing anyone's financial data. So this like amazing. Okay, well, we will soak up the extra time and jump over to Claire.
Hi, everyone. Right, I'm going to attempt to share my screen now. It's this one. Can you see my screen okay? Can you see Super Creator AI?
Turn yourself into a super creator.
That's the one. Fantastic. Worked first time. Okay, I've been using AI for various little tasks throughout the month. Things like summarizing information, categorizing and summarizing like qualitative feedback for reports, converting some code to different formats of SQL, but mainly sort of preparing social media content. But I wanted for this demo today, I wanted to find a solution to make content for social media more quickly and easily made. So I guess on many platforms, reels and videos tend to get more engagement. This is not one of my strong points ordinarily, and it's quite time-consuming content to make. So I wanted to find, to see if AI could do a better job than me, really. Surely can do a better job than me. I tried to find different apps and wanted to bring some new apps to demo today. So I worked with Playground AI for generating images, and also this super creator to create, to try and create a short kind of educational reel about donating on Giveth. So I had a lot of fun with, this is super creator AI, but I had a lot of fun with Playground AI. I took some, can you see Playground AI now with some images on screen? Don't know why I can't see what I'm sharing.
You can see it.
Okay, so I took, if you can see down here, I took some images from the website to see what Playground AI could come up with. It came up with some nice images. I played around with it a bit, and here are some more examples. Came up with some nice images, but I wasn't necessarily happy with them as a good match for the brand or the subject, and I felt that the images are a bit melancholy, but we'll go with them anyway. I used their AI for the design and making ideas come to life. And as a first attempt, I thought the images were okay. So then I went to Super Creator AI. It's a phone-based app, so I can't really share it on my computer very well, but I did pull out a screenshot. And what you do is you can take a link from anywhere, you stick it into this sort of idea generation here, you hit return, and it runs a few minutes, and then it makes a series of scenes or real images, and it gives like it puts a script to it taken from the blog post or whatever. So what I did was I took the ABCs of donating on Giveth as an example, thanks Sugar, and I put those into the link here, and I used some of the images, and it's what it came up with. Let me just see if I can find it. Because it's a phone-based app and it uploads ordinarily straight to social media, when I tried to extract the video to use as a demo today and use it through a player here, the results weren't quite as good as I was hoping, but I'm just going to try and share the screen here and see if you can view it. Here it is. And if I play it, so I've pulled out some of the images and put it in with the script. Can you hear it?
Can't hear it.
Can't.
But we can see it.
Yeah.
What was the sound?
It's just me talking over the script. So
Oh, okay.
you don't necessarily need to hear that. Nobody needs that. and that's it.
1 minute left if you want. Any cool techniques that you learned that helped this project work better?
I learned that you have to be quite specific when you are telling Playground AI what images to create. Otherwise it sort of goes off on a limb. And what else I didn't share actually is when so if you go to, can you see the screenshots again?
No, we see the video from before.
Okay, so hang on a minute, do a new share. So one cool thing that it does do is when you go to upload to all the social media platforms, it will upload to many all at once, and it will optimize it for hashtags, it will create a caption, and it uploads directly. It also, what else does it do? It also has really good edit functions. So it's got like a super edit function where you can go in, it takes out all the pauses, it takes out all the gaps, it puts captions on, it will put on titles for you, and then you can go through and edit it from there.
And that's all through supercreator.ai?
All through Super Creator.
Wow.
And if I could sort out screen sharing from my phone as well, I could do a better demo, but it's all too much.
Well done. Let's give Claire a round of applause. Just an epic presentation. And I'm sure this will be super useful for LinkedIn and Facebook. Well, let's keep the party going. We have Emilia. You want to take it away, Emilia?
Oh, yay, let's go. Here. Ooh. Okay. So today I'm gonna present my research. I didn't come with a project because it was my first interaction with AI, so I had to learn a lot, have my conclusions after, and I'm glad that we have this content-oriented group today. And well, my question was, how can I use AI to improve and move faster with my task as a brand strategist? So in the things that I have to do inside of a brand strategy is written communication, visual communication. Of course, AI can help me with research and analysis. We've seen how it could help also with social media production, like asset production. Then verbal communication, creativity, and all the other things that I think it might be more human. But if I took only the written communication and visual communication, so how can it help me with this? A little thing was I wanted to create something amazing, and then I realized, no, I just have to come as a humble warrior to say, like, I need to learn a lot from this, and it's just the beginning. So I was like this cat for a full day doing research, opening tabs and trying to come up with things. The first thing was reading communication. So the first thing that comes is this Jasper, that it looks like the process, it seems like it's amazing that it can do everything, and they have a great marketing team and communication, so they sell it really well. The UX and the UI is really sexy when you're using it. It has a lot of templates, so you can start from something, not from scratch, like from GPT. And it also has this Jasper art tool. So wait a second, where are you? I lost. Do you see me, my screen, or I got lost into things?
We only see green. Now we're back to the written communication.
Okay. So the cons is really expensive, for at least for as a freelancer, like $50 a day, a month. At least for me, it's a little bit expensive. And if you want to do Jasper art, you have to pay extra thing. And of course, like in everything, it's like you need credits. So then I switched to this low budget one that is called Writer. and it's cheaper than Jasper, and the UX and the UI is not that sexy, but it has templates, not as many as Jasper. And the good thing is that you have a Google Doc that you can like use there. And again, the thing is the credits. So then I was like, yeah, losing my mind there. So I went to Notion, and the good thing of Notion that I've learned a lot that I need to incorporate this AI in my Notion task. And it's really good at creating charts or even a Gantt diagram. It was really helpful for me on that. And of course, it's very oriented to Notion. I wanted to write, like to go in Hyperwrite, but I didn't have the time to go through. And so after all this, I say, sorry, I have to go to the basics and go back to GPT and learn how to prompt properly. So based on this video that Miro AI is like condensing all your sticky notes, because I work a lot in Miro with graphics. And so it's still in beta, so I don't have the access yet. So I tried to do the same thing with GPT. So I provided, like, I learned to teach him how to behave like a brand strategist with storytelling skills.
1 minute.
Well, so I learned how to write better with GPT. Then I moved to visual communication. I tried to come up with a website design. What I found here is like, it's really good if you want to come with like something really from scratch and starting from nothing. But I still didn't got like really like high-end results. Maybe I just need more time. And then I tried to animations, and I didn't like got what I really wanted. I wanted to animate the vectors, but I didn't have like the right output. So to conclude, my conclusion is that on this, I need to master prompting, the first thing in things. Then I think for high quality content, humans are still needed. And also like AI is a good starting point, but for me, at least, I need to take more time on it. And for as a brand strategist, I think AI tools are really helpful for provide better guidelines, because I can have a preview before going into much detail. So someone, a graphic design, a copywriter, or even like some collaborator can have more specifications on what they need. Yeah, that was my journey with AI.
Well done. Let's give Amelia a round of applause. Just epic journey. Thank you so much for sharing all the lessons, and that's what it's about. It's about understanding how to use these tools, which tools are good, which tools are bad. They'll all get better soon, I'm sure. So to finalize this epic round, this was an epic AI April session. Let me just say, it's going to be a tough week to determine winners. But there's one more candidate up. We got Mark Font. And introduce yourself, because I don't think very many people here know you as well.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, hear you great.
Yes, so I'm a DAppNode developer. I don't know if you know the startup. Yeah. So I will try to share my screen. No, not this one. Wait. Okay, now, sorry. So,
we still see the AI April sign-up sheet.
Oh, wait, now?
Okay, now we see the
like
slides.
a small presentation. So what I have done is an AI tool that reads and explains Docker container logs. And so why did I do this? So I'm a DAppNode developer, and like I said, and in DAppNode we implement a lot of blockchain clients, like Giveth, Besu, Prism, and we implement them in our platform inside the Docker containers. So implementing a lot of Docker clients, I have Ethereum clients or blockchain clients, we have to test them and update them each time a new version comes out. And checking them and testing them means a lot of times checking the logs that they produce. So in our day-to-day work, we have to read a lot of logs, and these logs change over time with the new versions of the clients, and it can be like quite stressful and confusing to read all of them because some of them are like messy, confusing, etc. So I have come up with this idea to use the AI to read them for me and to summarize them in a way that you can understand them even if you don't have a lot of context about them or knowledge. So this is like an example of what I will show you now. I have done a very simple demo. So yeah, this is an example of a raw log in your left and the explanation in your right. And this is done in a little web server using a Python script. And I have already started it. So this is it. It's a very simple web page. This front end is done also with AI. But yeah, it's pretty simple. So you can, the way it works is that you put here your container ID that identifies your container, and inside the container, like I said, there is a blockchain client running. So I have already 2 or 3 here ready. This is a container ID of a Go Ethereum client. And here, for example, I will put the last 50 log lines to read and what to ask. You can put this by default. It already asks him to explain them to you and to tell you if there are any critical errors and how to solve them. So I will leave it by default. And yeah, that's it. You click start. Takes a while.
What client are you analyzing now? Is it like an Ethereum node or?
Yeah, this is a Giveth node, a execution client node that right now is working on my machine, on my local machine. And I quite conveniently, I had some errors in my node that still persist. I haven't really fixed them. So these are the errors in the last 50 lines of the logs, the warning and errors that the container or the client is giving to me. So as you can see, this is like confusing for each client. It changes a lot, and this is the result. I won't read it right now, but I have checked that it is a good explanation, and it tells you if the errors are critical or not, and how to fix them. So I mean, right here it really tells you what it is. And yeah, I mean, that's it. You can do this for many containers. I have another one here, maybe 1,000 lines, and this is a Prism client. And yeah, I mean, it's quite convenient for my day-to-day work, and that's it. That's it from me. Yeah, another example here.
Wow. Well, you have 1 minute left if you want to talk about how did you actually build this? Like, what did you use? Are you using ChatGPT or API? Or?
I used ChatGPT to do everything basically, and this is like a Python code, a Python script that does this. It's pretty messy, and I like the HTML is done here. And the way it works is basically, apart from rendering the front end, it asked the ChatGPT for the answer to your logs. That is the input. And yeah, the only thing that you have to do is generate your own API key and use it. So I mean, there is the API call, and this is like the default message. What do these logs, etc. And yeah, that's it. So
that's amazing. And you're using ChatGPT. You're using ChatGPT 3.5, right? For this one.
Yeah, because I don't have access to the 4.
Well, you got to just ask, because I got an API key for you, man. So that's an incredible project. Let's give Mark a huge round of applause, bringing in some blockchain node action into the Giveth Galaxy AI hackathon. pretty epic. Well, we only have a minute and a half left. I want to know if anyone has any questions or any burning thoughts that they want to share. No?
I can go with something.
Yeah.
One thing that struck me when I was working with image generation is that there seems to be an inbuilt bias. All the images that were generated for me have white skin color, which seemed to be as a default. I don't know if anybody else found that when they were using images.
Yeah, I found the same thing, and I actually like you have to purposefully put like diverse group of people like in the prompt. I had to do that like most of the time where like I was trying to render people.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Well, the same thing happened to me asking Jimmy about philosophers in the world. He didn't mention at the beginning women, then he didn't mention women in the global south. So I have to ask him, and then she was apologizing, like, yeah, of course. So it's a little bit of what like.
Also, GPT invented a person. I asked about a practice that was called mwecha. I don't know how to pronounce that, but something Will shared from Kenya. And then ChatGPT didn't know and invented a writer and books that she had fakely wrote. And about the books, it was like a whole creation. And then I Googled it, and none of any of that existed.
Wow. Yeah, it's those hallucinations. You have to be really careful with these. Like that's why, like, yeah, yeah, have to always double check the result.
Put down the peyote, ChatGPT. We got work to do. Well, thank you all for coming to another great AI April hackathon. We'll have 2 more rounds next week, and I'll announce the winners for the two sessions today, probably in a few hours. I have back-to-back calls, but I'll find time to review. This was an epic session, the best session we've had. So really well done, everyone in this call. You guys killed it. Thank you.
Bye.
Everyone. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. It was great to learn from you.
It's great to see your presentations.
Ciao.
Ciao.